Today we hike Vernon-Douglas. Doing a little geocaching out here and just out enjoying the Great Knobs area of Kentucky. This woods in Vernon-Douglas it's not quite virgin as far as the trees. It's probably been logged at one point, but it's about as old growth as you can get around this area. If it's been logged, it's been many years ago. Very large trees here. See this big shag bark right here, and there's some very large stands of poplar in here as well. Tulip poplar. Once you get up on the ridge, this is basically a lollipop trail. You go up the stem and then you go around the lollipop. I'm going clockwise right now around it, and it kind of levels off, and because of the dump that's close by, you can hear a lot of construction equipment during the weekdays off in the distance, and you can occasionally hear some gunshots, and that's because they have a county-owned firing range down there, so no concerns there. But we're going to be continuing around this ridge, basically all the way around to the other side and walking down this way. It's going to drop down into the valley and come back up to the base of the lollipop before we head down. So it stays pretty flat up here on top once you get up here. Again, a lot of old growth here. Huge towering trees and a nice canopy. At your most southern part of the hike, you'll run up on this field. You can barely see it through there. I just passed it. So you can get a good look at it when you pass by it. It runs up, and that's some other private property through that way. Now we're heading back more toward the north. Actually, we're heading more northwest right now. We're going to go out on one of the fingers. Basically, there's fingers of these knobs. We came up one side of one and then walked the ridge line. Now we're going to go out another finger, and that heads out to where they call the pinnacle, which in the wintertime you can have a real nice overlook out there of the valley below. I don't think we'll see much today, but we're heading out, like I say, on one of the other fingers, and we'll head back down into the hollow over here. They call that Howe Hollow over there, and then we'll head out. That'll head us back to the top of the stick of the lollipop. If you are a geocacher, there's actually 3 geocaches up here. They're not actually physically within the park, but you have to find things in this particular area to drive you to the finals, and all 3 finals for those 3 geocaches are off this property. One of them, well, 2 of them have to do with trees. One of them's relatively simple. You can almost figure most of it out at home, with one exception. And the other one is a multiple part. I can't remember how many parts, but quite a few. But if you do this full loop, it's really enjoyable to look for the trees as you're moving around, and it actually gives you something to keep you occupied as you're taking your hike. So I highly recommend it. I'm doing it right now as we speak, and it has you points out different things about different trees as you walk around. And then the one cache, which is actually I'm the owner of, that I put out here a long time ago, is called the Pinnacle. I think it takes you to two locations, and which actually takes you to the Pinnacle, and you gather some information that gets you to the final cache. As you get over here on the western side of the top of the Lollipop, you'll notice that there are some big trees, but not quite what we had when we first started our hike. A little more scrubby in this area, a little less canopy. This is kind of what you see in most forests in Kentucky. It's already been logged out at some point or another. But there's still a few large ones every once in a while. See, we're coming up on a few large ones now, but just a little thinner over on this side. As you make your way out on one of these fingers of the knobs, you'll come out to this spot here where this is where the Pinnacle Trail starts, and this is just a little spur trail off the Lollipop. Well worth it to go out there to check out the view. Even in we're in late April now, but even in the summertime, it's kind of neat to come out this way. So here you have a choice. Like say, stay on the regular trail, you just go on down, and it'll follow the base of the Pinnacle all the way back around to Howell's Hollow. Or like I say, take this little spur trail here, takes you out on the Pinnacle. So we're gonna head out that way. Here we are, just about to the top of the Pinnacle. Get some nice views of the Bluegrass Parkway down through there. Get some real nice views up here in the winter time if you hike this. Cedars kind of hold it down a little bit, but you have to look through the little holes. Let's see if we can get a better view over here. There we go. Nice view of the Youngers Creek Valley. And you get a panoramic on at least 3 sides. Like I say, you can't see a whole lot now. The trees are already coming out. We'll go all the way around. That's the way we came in right there. At this point, Pinnacle's right above me there, and this is going north out here. You can hear the highway down below, and this trail here just kind of wraps around the base of the Pinnacle. Pinnacle up that way. We're wrapping around the point here and heading over toward Howell Hollow right now. That'll be our last little down, and then we'll head back up to where we hit the stem of the lollipop to head back out to the car. Well, that pretty much finishes up our hike.